Hello, lovelies. Welcome to another Light Language with Louise. I'm making this on 8th of August. Lionsgate energy, not just today in this portal here, last couple of weeks, moving into the rest of this month. And I just felt called to offer some light language to connect with this portal, which is really inviting us to connect with the energy of Sirius, our spiritual sun, and beyond that, really to our own hearts and to the divinity that we are, and to remind ourselves that it's really in this moment, in every choice moment, that you get to experience more of yourself as the divinity that you are. We're all in a process of remembering that. And it's not always easy, and it can take time to integrate and bring that into your lived reality. So you might have been experiencing exhaustion. I know I've had moments of that. Emotional overwhelm, definitely feeling that as well. And I've had to be really kind and compassionate with myself on this journey of remembrance, because it is a journey of remembrance. The divinity that you are is within you, always has been, always will be. And it's really a matter of bringing that into your daily lived experience, which is really comes down to what it really comes down to is in each moment, am I choosing to live and experience my life from my awakened, multidimensional, expanded self? Or am I falling into a narrative that is really ultimately illusory? Narratives of fear and doubt and lack, where you might feel that you're not worthy, you may feel afraid, and just so much going on. And it's so important for us to have a daily practice, a daily discipline, where we really sit quietly with ourselves, drop within, go inside, feel your heart. And the Lion's Gate is, it's this connection with Leo, with the heart, the lion heart. And such a powerful time to have the courage to truly be you in your expanded self in all moments of your life. And that's when I say courage, it's because when everything and everyone around you seems to not be in that place, that's when it takes courage to actually make the choice just to go within and go inside your heart and listen within. Is this really true for me? A good question to ask yourself always. Is this really true? Is it really true for me? Because increasingly we're going to be experiencing the world in different ways. And I'm sure many of you, I know a lot of the people that I work with already have a sense of not fitting into their families, maybe you're the black sheep, the one that's been a little bit weird, a little bit out there maybe, not feeling understood. I know this comes up a lot in the sessions that I do, this feeling misunderstood and that nobody gets you and feeling alone, etc., etc. But that in itself is a story and a narrative that you can let go of to find that connection within yourself to all that is. Unity consciousness is about feeling one with everyone and everything, right? So there's no loneliness in that, okay? Just take a moment to feel into that, right? If you truly experienced yourself as one with the divine, right? As one with all that is, like loneliness is not really a possibility in that. So loneliness, feeling alone, feeling isolated, feeling you're the odd one out, that in itself is a narrative. And I think it's very important that we start to drop this outsider narrative, right? Because that heaven is within, right? I guess if we call it heaven, that paradise, that experience of the new earth that many of us are wanting to experience, it's actually within you. It's within you. It's within your DNA, right? And we're unlocking that and we're activating that. So while it's beautiful to have these moments and these portals and these energy gateways, which remind us of who we are, remind us of the multidimensional light beings that we are, it's really in the day-to-day experience that you get to choose that you get to embody that you get to live from the divinity that you are, to bring that in your presence, through the energy that you are, the frequency that you are, into your daily lived experience. And as you do that, you experience life differently, you experience others differently, you experience yourself differently. So it's a choice moment to moment, and there can be a certain amount of fear in that because you're letting go of what may feel familiar. And I mean, the number of people I work with where it's just like, we speak words of compassion to ourselves, and it's like, I'm so sorry that you're attuned to suffering, right? We're speaking to ourselves compassionately. I'm so sorry you didn't know what it felt like, right? To know the divinity that you are every day, right? Very few of us grew up, really being celebrated as the light that we are, and learning to do that for ourselves. So that takes a courageous choice not to allow yourself to be programmed by how other people see you, and also a courageous choice not to fall into that yourself, judging others as, maybe less awakened. We don't want to do that. We need to understand that everyone is on their own journey, and that everyone has that access point within them, within their own hearts, within their own being, to the divinity that all of us are. And I often say this, we're all playing out a different part of the glorious tapestry that is life, and that source energy gets to experience itself through all of the different expressions that we are. And, my passion always is for you to experience the fullness of yourself, to celebrate who you are, the expression of source light, source energy that you are, which is unique. So the journey is an inner one, right? And the delight and the celebration and the sense of being one with source, with one with all that is something that you find within you as you choose to see yourself as that. Right? See yourself as all that is. Imagine that. Like, imagine the process that goes on within your mind as you start to go, wow, I don't have to seek anything out there. I don't have to become anything in particular, right? I don't have to be like anyone else. I just need to soften into more of myself. And softening into yourself often means creating more space, more spaciousness to experience source light, source energy, divinity, just enjoying being you and expressing through you. So we need to kind of create some space within us to allow that to happen. And that means softening into some stillness, softening into silence, softening into spaciousness, letting go of the stories and the narratives and the beliefs of how things are and how you are and how other people are, right? Letting go of all of that and allowing the space within for you to just feel the divinity that you are. And then let that source light express through you and through the impulses of your heart in the way that it wants to. And that's you too, right? That's you delighting in being you, the uniqueness of you, and how you get to enjoy this human adventure. So I wanted just to bring through, I'm sorry that's a lot and maybe I'm not too clear in places, but I just really am feeling today how joyous it can be simply to open to the not knowing even about who you are. Because if you let go of that definition of yourself, the ideas you have around yourself, then that spaciousness allows so much to arise, allows possibilities to arise that you might never have imagined, right? And so it's about being excited to be in the possibility, the place of possibility. So as we're in this beautiful energy portal that's aligning us to our spiritual sun and to the light within us and more of our star being selves, of course, if we're everything, we're in the stars, we're on the earth, we're all of that at once, which is hard for the mind to comprehend. But if you can just stay in that space of wonder and awe and openness and excitement and adventure, and be patient and compassionate with yourself along the way, right? Because it takes time sometimes for the human and our body to integrate all of this and really calibrate and get used to being in that place of pure potential, pure possibility, pure grace, right? Pure love, right? Really feeling the love being you, love being here, love the adventure of waking up every day and opening your eyes and going, wow, what could happen today? I don't really know, but I know I'm going to live from my heart, and I'm going to expand my awareness to remember all that I am, and I'm going to let life unfold from there. So let's bring through and experience now a light language activation to support us with all of that, to support us to stay in that place of possibility, excitement, and compassion as well for all that is unfolding and will unfold as we let go of the known, what's been familiar and what's supported us up till now to a certain degree. But can we trust and fly and jump into the void and let our wings spread? So all of that, I'm calling for an activation for all of that today. And that may just show up for you as just a sense of being a little bit more trusting in yourself, a little bit more trusting in your life, and perhaps just loosening control a little bit, opening your heart a little bit more to new possibilities. All right, so just allowing yourself to open and receive the light language, knowing that these sound and light frequencies are received by your higher self in the highest for you at this time, and knowing that you are in the perfect place on your journey and that you are the destination ultimately. So you're already there. Okay, so let's just feeling some gratitude for all we received today, just for the blessing of these frequencies now. Dukare sante paro se cele kola maratari petene. Dada sarko danama ke chal kora ale patene masakri korkete. Lasso di mashurko varakita marko ila katsa moshil ara motor masukra mati alekia. Kasono shurko tanmalo ore betamo sekrekente arsho makore betane vakisi borkat aikali at adi. Lasso ti shimorke ala kanne I arso to kom sumorka che ila kamarkete. Kasimari chorkane ala tutne smorkite I akacharkota ele kamor eti. Samoshikboro ai katamoshikro tele ka isibaro no shole pete. Ma cazzo per il kota ele kit arkus markete kushiri. Passa perché me shukor ep at ma kisi peri italo te ar ene ge atune tibro sotorke. Già non posso per camara kote ia kas e chorki deneli eteli. Razzone ki chorkumate ele katene setaro op. Danava che pensa perché c'è le cose ariere iti. Sa che si marca scema che ia ora essa come che parate in itele kita roskormat barkatne imma ut e. Taking a breath in, breathing all of that into our beings. So the message coming there was really, if you could see yourself through my eyes, this is like the voice of Source, right? You would be so excited. You would be so delighted. You would have so much joy in yourself. Right? You would be so excited to experience yourself in every moment. From the moment you got up and looked in the mirror and saw yourself, you would be filled with joy and delight because you get to have another adventure in this presence, in this expression of divinity that you are. So the invitation here is to see yourself in that way. Can you see yourself and your life with excitement, as if, and it is, as if it had never happened before in this way, because it hasn't, even though there is no time, right? But in this moment, when you are deeply present to the moment of you, this present moment, this present moment, this present moment, there's so much joy, there is ecstasy, there is bliss in that moment. That is where you find it. Every moment, I am in the bliss of myself. I am in the bliss of the divinity that I am, experiencing myself as myself. Right? It's such a journey of bliss. It's such a privilege, such an honor to be Source, expressing itself in the form that is you. I don't know if I can convey this well enough. Delight every day in being who you are, and know that in every moment there's always the possibility of something new. Always. Everything is available to you in every moment. So come back to center. When you notice yourself going somewhere else, being pulled off, come back to the heart. Breathe into the heart. Breathe spaciousness. Drop everything. Come back to that place of possibility and let Source express anew through you. Every moment it's new. Every moment it's new. Every moment it's new. So I hope that makes sense. I love you. I delight in the expression that you are. I am delighting in the expression that I am. And I hope that you enjoy going forth and just allowing your presence, your divinity, to unfold. And just see what happens. Just see what happens. And catch yourself, notice yourself. When you go into a story, when you start defining, and a reminder here how powerful your voice is. When you say, this is how it is. This is how I am. This is how they are, right? You're commanding reality. You're commanding it with the power of your voice. So be conscious. Be aware of that. Be aware of that. And use your voice, use your being, use your presence to create in that delightful, loving way that Source wants to experience itself through you, because it's all delightful. And there's a caveat to that. Even if it doesn't feel delightful to your human, in the moment, you might be in an experience that feels challenging, right? It doesn't mean that that isn't delightful to the divinity that you are, okay? All right, I'm going to leave you with that. I just also want to flag up that my Authentic Voice, Authentic You program is now up on my website. I'm going to be offering that at the special, very highly discounted summit offer. I did a summit last month, and I'm going to make that parallel that offer on the website. So please go check that out. It's going to really help you to really reflect on how you're using your voice, whether you really are using that in the most empowering way. You can learn how to use your voice for self-healing, for really expressing your passion and your vision, and and for learning to communicate more lovingly with others around you, and more powerfully and more authentically as well. So please go check that out. It's on my website, soulsignature.com.au, under the programs, and enjoy it. And I look forward to hearing how you go with that. It really is my passion. It was one of the first things I was guided to do, was to support people with expressing their authentic voice. But your voice is your beingness, right? It is your presence. It is an energy, and it is a creative energy. So anyway, enough of that. All right, beautiful. Have a beautiful Lionsgate full moon coming up this week. But yeah, come back, listen again. Sometimes I'm just channeling through and I'm speaking, and it only makes sense later, even to me. And in the moment, I'm bringing it through in the moment. So I hope that's of service to you. That's the only reason I'm sharing this for you, is for that to serve you in your expression, your journey, and for you to enjoy and savor more of being the light that you are. So much love, many blessings, and I hope to connect with you again very soon.